Welcome to Spirit Flow, the sacred space where we believe spiritual health is the foundation of everything. I'm Tara, and I created this show to support women who are ready to reconnect with their essence, clear energetic blocks, and lead from their soul. When we're spiritually aligned, our health, our relationships, and our purpose begin to flow with ease. Each week, we'll explore the deeper layers of healing through conversations, reflections, and multidimensional lenses: spiritual, energetic, physical, and metaphysical. Let's step into the flow. Hello, beautiful souls. I am so excited to be sharing this episode with you today because I really want to use this opportunity to take a step back and see parenting through a wider, more soulful lens. We're going to start to look beyond all the routines, all the to-do lists, all the rules and go into much more of a bigger picture, into this energetic and spiritual dynamic that starts to weave us together with the children in our lives. This isn't about parenting strategies. It's about soul contracts. It's about past life connections and the divine reasons that we chose each other. It's about really remembering that our children aren't just these little humans to manage or to mold. They are these beautiful, powerful souls, here with purpose, here with wisdom, here with lessons for us all, just as we're here to guide them too. I'm going to start to share some of my deeply personal shifts that I've moved through, and it has really changed the way that I see parenting altogether. You know, how I moved from trying to get it all right, get it all together, to just building this beautiful, genuine partnership. I also want to share some insights from really massive thought leaders that are in this space, like Shelley Lefke, as well as some stories from my book that I wrote, Dawn Warrior. And if you feel called to go deeper after today's episode, if your heart is simply stirring with curiosity about your child's soul journey, or maybe you're curious about whether you've shared lifetimes together, I've created something really special, really beautiful for you. So stay with me until the end, and I'll let you know how you can join me in a gentle, guided soul exploration for you and your child. So let's take a deep breath. And let's dive in together. Because maybe, just maybe, your child isn't just here for you. They might be here with you in a love story that stretches beyond this lifetime. So for me, becoming a parent wasn't an easy or linear path, to say the least. Before my two children arrived earthside, I experienced the heart-wrenching loss of a baby at 12 weeks. I had some surgery, and soon after that surgery, I was diagnosed with Asherman syndrome. So a condition where scar tissue actually forms inside the uterus. And I remember sitting in a doctor's office being told that I wasn't actually going to be able to carry a child. And those words really cut deep, deeper than I could ever explain here on this in this episode. But I just want to let you know I didn't give up. Like, I defied those medical odds through years of IVF, through fertility treatments, through relocation and deep personal healing, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And that journey wasn't just about bringing a child into the world. It became the initiation of my own becoming, my own awakening. And today, I am a proud mother of four, two here with me and two in spirit. And I hold all four equally in my heart. My two earthside children are the light of my life, and my two spirit-led babies, spirit side babies, I want to say, they just guide me in this most beautiful, quiet, yet powerful ways. And as I said before, they were just the beginning of my awakening, because I spent so many years trying to conceive. When they did come along, I hadn't really focused on how I would parent. And at the time, I didn't actually have a lot of children in my life. Like, I wasn't an auntie. I didn't work with kids. I didn't grow up surrounded by little ones. So when I finally became a mother, it all felt so new, so foreign, so overwhelming, and incredibly, incredibly sacred. In those early years, I did everything I could try to just get it right. I read, you name it, I read all the books, I took all the courses, I followed all the expert advice, but one day it really hit me. I was approaching parenting like a performance, like there was this perfect outcome I needed to achieve. And in doing so, I was totally missing the point, totally missing the mark. Like parenting isn't shaping them into who we think they should be. It's about being with them, witnessing them, learning from them as much as we teach. It's about walking beside them as equals. Like our children aren't less than us simply because they're smaller than us. They are souls just like us, timeless, powerful, wise. And they didn't just come to be raised by us. They came to raise us into the next version of ourselves. Like we chose each other long before this lifetime. Their souls and our souls are interwoven through space and time and are here for a sacred reason. And that in itself is one of life's greatest gifts. And just because they are little doesn't mean that they don't carry these big hearts, these deep wisdom, insights, or this spiritual maturity. In fact, some of the most profound truths I've ever received have come from the innocent, heart opened, heart aware minds and words of my children. Their presence humbles me daily, and it reminds me of this vast mystery of this shared soul journey. You know, one of the most powerful teachings that truly landed for me, especially in this sea of parenting advice that often felt like it was like this never-ending to-do list, was from Shelley Lefke. Unlike the usual do this, avoid that kind of style that was coming through, her wisdom was really simple, it was profound and deeply human. And, 8 years on, I still remember it. And what she teaches is that every child needs what she calls the 3 A's: affection, attention, and acknowledgement. And when I really, really sat with those words, I felt something unlock in my heart. It wasn't about being perfect or constantly trying to do more. It was about being present in a way that lets our children feel seen. Because when we give affection freely, not just as this reward, but as this natural expression of love, when we offer our full attention, not distracted, not on phones, not half listening while scrolling, but truly with them, and when we acknowledge them, not just for what they do, but for who they are, we create something so sacred. We create safety and we start to build trust. And we open the door to a relationship that's not just this functional or familial kind of place. It's this soul deep and heart-centered relationship. Gone are the days where children were expected to be quiet, to be compliant, to be tucked away into the corners of convenience, right? We are being called into this new paradigm where we truly hear them, hear their ideas, hear their insights, their feelings. Because when we start to witness them with reverence, with love, when we meet them as not just these mini versions of ourselves, but as these beautiful whole souls on their own divine path, we activate something extraordinary within the relationship. We don't just raise children, we grow alongside them. And that, I believe, is the medicine we all came here for. And this realization that parenting was a partnership, It's not a hierarchy. I'm not higher or taller or bigger than you. Well, that actually sparked something so much deeper in me. And it led me to believe that perhaps my path, with all its twists, all its lessons, could inspire others. Not because I had it all figured out, but because I was willing to be honest about what I was learning and unlearning. So I felt called to write a book. And at the time, I thought I was writing like this personal development guide for mothers, right? A kind of like how-to of sorts, going through your beliefs, going through rewriting your limiting beliefs. And I was basing it on my journey of reclaiming power, of reclaiming purpose and your identity while raising children. But what I didn't realize then was that the book was just one piece of a much, much larger puzzle, a breadcrumb on the path, not the final destination. And the real work wasn't just about the mindset or productivity, it was about soul. It was about this ancestral healing, energetic contracts, and remembering who we are beneath all the roles we play. And you know what? That's going to be a story for another day. I'd love to share it with you in depth, actually. But for now, I just want to offer a glimpse into one of the most significant chapters in my book, Dawn Warrior, a modern mama's guide to harnessing your power and creating a life you love. And it was in the parenting chapter. And in that chapter, I wrote about creating a family value system, a kind of like spiritual compass that could guide not just our decisions, but the energy in our home. And ours became this five-pointed star. And each point held a value we wanted to embody as a family. So the first one was adventure. We wanted to say yes to the unknown and find magic in the everyday. The second one was happiness. We wanted to prioritize joy, presence, playfulness. The other one was health. We wanted to nurture our bodies, minds, and hearts with love. Caring was another one, where we wanted to really treat others and ourselves with kindness and compassion. And the last one was independence. So to trust our own inner wisdom and walk our path with courage. And you know what? That last one, independence, can be confronting for many of us as parents because we want to be needed. It gives us purpose, it gives us comfort. But if we're really honest, that need to be needed, it's not love, it's fear. And fear has no place in conscious parenting. So for us to say that we want independent children, not dependent on us, was a big thing that we had to come up with in our value system. Because I find true love is letting go. True love is teaching our children that their power doesn't live in us, it lives in them. And that they are capable, they are wise, and they are self-led, even if they're only 6 or 16. And the only way we can truly teach that is to model it, to meet our own needs, to take care of our own emotional well-being, and to show them what healthy, empowered self-responsibility looks like. Every child in your life is here for a divine reason. So whether you birth them, whether you adopted them, whether you teach them, whether you're an auntie or an uncle, or just simply hold space for them, they are messengers, they're teachers, and they are healers because they stretch us and they mirror our unhealed parts and they crack open our hearts in ways no one else can. And we're here to do the same for them. So this isn't just parenting, right? It's this sacred soul partnership, one that transcends bloodlines and lifetimes. And when we meet our children at this level, everything changes. And that's why I created a new offering, something truly close to my heart, born from the quiet whispers of intuition and the countless sacred moments I've shared with my own children. And it's called Remembering Together, a soul adventure for a parent and child. And this isn't just a mindfulness activity, it's a guided audio journal paired with a gentle, beautifully designed workbook and workshop as well. And it's intentionally created to invite parents and children into a deeper space of connection, a space where soul meets story. And so together, you'll explore the idea that your child may not be entirely new to you, that perhaps, just perhaps, the two of you have actually walked together in another lifetime, or many. That the familiarity, the sense of home you feel in their presence is more than just this coincidence. It's this remembrance. And so the journey, it's imaginative, it's playful, and yet it's so deeply safe and supportive. And it includes a lot of gentle visualizations, a lot of open-ended questions, and rituals that really invite your child to share freely while you hold space for their inner world. Because what if the dream they keep having, or the language that they suddenly start to speak, or that unexplainable pull toward a certain place, person, or time in history isn't just their imagination? What if it's a memory? What if your child is remembering a time that you shared together long before this one? And what if this life is your chance to reconnect, to weave a new layer of love, of trust, of soul connection through conscious presence? I really want to close today, and I'd love to share a simple but really sacred mantra I come back to often in my own journey as a mum, and a reminder of what really matters. And my mantra is this: I spend time with my children exploring nature, doing activities that teach independence, respect, and growth. I trust that our souls have walked together before, and I honor the sacred contract we share in this lifetime. And so if this speaks to your heart, if your intuition just gently starting to nudge you and shake you toward a deeper connection with your children in your life, you'll find the past life play journey linked in the show notes. And if you're not a parent but really feel curious, please know that this experience isn't just for mothers and fathers, it's really for anyone who holds space for children, whether it be a beloved niece or a nephew, a godchild, or even just the young ones that you feel deeply connected to in your community. Because ultimately, we're all family here. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for listening, for loving, and for sharing up in your fullness today, because it's you, that beautiful, kind soul who chooses curiosity over control, who chooses wonder over worry, and connection over perfection, that really raises the consciousness of this planet. So thank you deeply for doing the brave, beautiful work of conscious parenting. And until next time, may your home be filled with curiosity, be filled with courage, and so much soul. All right, I'll see you soon. Thank you for sharing space with me today. If this episode resonated, come find me on Instagram at tara.hegerty to keep the conversation going. You'll find all of the resources we talked about on today's show linked in my bio under podcast resources. Until next time, remember, spiritual health changes everything.